So now, how did you get onto uh, the mastermind now, the BMI? Was that through that course with Gerard Ratner? Did you sign up then, or was that a different?
No.
Yeah.
My biggest problem is I really am a rubbish liar. So you took notes. I pause a bit sometimes for answer questions because I know what the true answer is. Not as cool as I want it to sound.
Yeah.
Because that's what I've been in the wrong environment. I actually, because my background's computing,
Yeah.
I'd seen this cryptocurrency thing, this Bitcoin thing.
Bitcoin. Yeah.
Paid a bit of attention to it, didn't pay a lot. Then it must have had one of the years where it had this massive surge.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you know enough about computers too, you should know something about that.
About that.
So, and we know this is Progressive. For the 240 emails I get from Progressive a week, which I was just ignoring
I know what you mean. Yeah.
because I'm an idiot. I know that. One came in about cryptocurrency. I thought, hey, I've been saying I want to learn about that. I'll pay some attention. So I did the webinar, whatever it was. Seemed interesting. And from there, I got involved. I can't remember what I bought into, but it was a deal that had a cryptocurrency course. And, they throw for so much value here. It was doubled up with another course. It was either a branding and marketing course or something.
Yeah.
So I actually got into, being involved with Progressive, who I'd known about since I left the UK.
Yeah.
I think they started roughly 1 or 2 years after I left the UK.
Yeah.
Through wanting to be involved in cryptocurrency, which isn't really their core business.
Yeah.
It's just something they were doing as an aside.
Side business.
And I'll be honest with you, I came here and back to what we just said, I just went, wow.
Yeah.
Not only was, obviously the quality of what was being taught amazing, like I was in this room of property investors and entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
After spending like the last 10 years, everybody telling me that nothing was possible and everything was impossible.
Yeah.
And frankly, I was addicted.
Yeah.
So, it was from there I've done with the courses that I can do when I can, that I thought, matched, as you said, the vision and the business model.
Yeah.
And then I came to the Cash Flow Mastermind because I'm now in the habit of coming to the UK as opposed to the previous years where I came once a year, 5 times in 5 years. So I was coming over just for these courses.
Yeah.
And I saw, the presentation by Jamie and, and I thought, well, that's what I want to do. I need to get my business moving now. And I truly believe that these guys can help me.
Yeah. Okay. So have you, like, from a property point of view, have you started getting back some properties and starting to move the business forward or getting other things? So where are you at now?
So at the moment, as I said, I started investing again in Spain a few years ago. And I realized that because of the way Spain is structured, i.e. if you're a foreign national, maximum mortgage you were getting at realistically is 70%.
Yeah.
And at the time, closing costs were 15%.
15%.
So you want to buy a 100 grand property, you need 45 grand.
Wow.
And I'm coming off the back of a recession and losing everything. So I thought, first thing is get some JV partners.
Yeah.
So I started focusing on that. I was doing the real estate thing in Spain just to try and keep the family, moving, etc. Started looking for that. So I actually started investing again in 2017 with my first JV partner. Which went very well. It's someone I'd sold a property to previously, so we had a relationship. He was happy with the service I did.
Yeah.
Told him that I wanted to do some investment stuff, and that was a lifestyle thing for him. We got involved and did that.
Yeah.
And as I said, I did the no money down deal last year, April. So that growth has been a lot slower than I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, I realized actually when I did the first deal, again, I wasn't in the right environment.
Yeah.
So in terms of my goals for 2020, rather than having one property every 3 or 4 years, the aim is to have 4 properties this year.
Yeah.
And also, I'm very interested in the UK rent-to-rent market.
Rent market, yeah.
So I'm looking at that at the moment. I'm probably going to put my first offer in on a rent-to-rent deal when I get back to Spain next week. I've got a few numbers to crunch with a Dean Analyzer. But I'm actually ready now to push. And genuinely, I think a lot of that comes from 2 things: the mentoring, but really back to what you said, the environment.
The environment.
It's been able to sit here with you.
Absolutely.
When, dude. I'm sure you remember the very first time at the BMA. We go around the room and saying what everyone done, and you said what you were doing. Everyone just leaned back. Like, nice problem to have, bro.
Yes.
But it's great because I'm telling you, it's super inspirational. So I'm just like, wow.
Mm.
I'm in a room with Alex, and that's what he's doing. That's his life.
Yeah.
And I'm in Spain around people telling me that you can't have that.
Yeah.
But I'm in a room
Wow.
with Alex, and he has that. He's
You
doing
have
that,
that.
and he's here to grow.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
So thank you,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's the kind of inspiration that's
Yeah.
got me now
Yeah.
focused to getting
Yeah.
back to what
To
is
get
possible.
something. But I mean, one of the sort of light bulb points as well for me with you is I think was it Richard? There was in one of the mastermind groups when we were sitting together,
Mm-hmm.
mentioned about these online courses. I can't remember the platform. Remember
Oh,
is it Teach something or
Teachables.
yes?
Teachables.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
would have been Ray. Yes.
yeah. And I think you mentioned you had started or done something on there. It's so about training and putting courses there.
Yeah.
Because that's something I had thought about before. Putting something together and doing, but maybe I could do it with someone. I think. But I think you've had some more experience of that, or you did a course, or you put something together
I had.
to put up something.
Well, it's funny because when we were going way back in the UK, when we were doing reasonably well and we were sourcing,
Yeah.
because we were just passing on what we couldn't buy,
Yeah.
we also did a training company.
Yeah.
So I actually
It's
had,
training.
property training company helping people into doing no money down deals, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So all that information was there.
Mm.
So I was just starting to get it together
Yeah.
to either put it out as a book,
Yeah.
and that's when Ray said, "Well, actually, you should put it on Teachables
Unteachable, yeah.
because it's all part of the same process."
Yeah.
And I have to be honest with you, I'm really. It's funny because I curse technology so much, but I'm very
Yeah.
grateful for technology.
Yeah.
One of the things that he pointed out that your online course
Mhm.
preparation
Yeah.
is your book preparation,
Mhm.
is your live course preparation.
Yes, absolutely, it is, and even for me, I'm learning so much. And one of the things which, picking up your point there, Jamie said was about, sometimes even like the people you work with or the system that you use, they can be things to take you to the next level. You don't necessarily have to like them,
True.
And one classic example is, for example, if you're writing a book or something, you pick a topic of what is trending because that's what will sell.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily. It might be something you don't like, you hate, or even it's something. If you're going to write something about you're passionate about, but you put it out there, there's no market. There's no point
Very
of
true.
putting it there.
Very
That's
true.
why you find that some of the people when they are doing their marketing strategy or sales, they will put up suggestions or things out there in the community in the Facebook. What do you think of this? And people will say, yeah, A, B, C. We pick C or something.
Mm.
But it might be something that, from your personal point of view, it's not something you would have done. But you're getting the message that that's what the market will get. So you're
Absolutely.
basically giving value to the people, whatever it is that they want. So if
Absolutely.
it's online courses and you can leverage the technology of Facebook or whatever, those are the places to go. Those are the places to be.
Couldn't
So
agree more.
yeah, and it's something I was looking or thinking to do, and I was obviously being relatively new, trying to develop my skills in that area as well, and understanding who is doing it out there. And you had a training business already, so it could be something we can work together on.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah,
again, the environment. That's the
yes.
thing, isn't it amazing? That's
You
why I'm
see?
very grateful to
Yeah,
have come to this
yeah,
environment. Like I said,
yeah,
all of a sudden I'm with people
yeah.
where
And
things can actually happen.
yeah, because I've met one of the trainers and my JV partners, and they've produced this great content around HMO thing, which they've just put it out there, they wrote it out or whatever, but they have no time to bring it to life in a particular way.
Right.
So they've asked me if I'm interested to do whatever with it, in the course, in the sense of we could put it up, do presentations, maybe you and I, or put it up as an online course or whatever it is.
I love it, man.
And you
Yeah.
just load it out there, and it's all about the passive income thing. People who get to load it, you're
Exactly.
leveraging over and over again. So
Hey, you heard it
it's
here first, folks.
so, but yeah, for me, it's just thinking aloud,
Hmm.
because the possibilities are endless in terms of the things that we can achieve when we collaborate, when you work with people, when you're in the right
Absolutely.
environment. And yeah, so the vibes, very good vibes around people, and the energies are really good. So everything
So
makes
true.
sense.
So true. But that's
So yeah,
brilliant, actually, to be
wow,
honest with you. I'm really glad to hear that
yeah.
because
So yeah, we can catch up further. But yeah, Spain, nice and warm, good weather. I went to Mallorca. I've
mhm,
been to Mallorca on holiday. That was that's the only place I've been in Spain. But yeah, beautiful weather,
as we say, you are
sunshine in the
invited.
summer. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm
Thank
serious.
you. Yeah, no, it'll be good because I'm sure the summers and the even winter, the weather is beautiful there. It's
It's
really
it's I mean it's like everything. None of
nice.
the things guaranteed, but
Yeah.
the selling point when I was in the UK or Spain was they
Yeah.
have on average 300 days of sunshine.
Yeah. Wow.
So you're
Really
looking
good.
at 2 bad months,
Yeah.
and they
Wow.
move obviously.
Mm.
But for example, this Christmas,
Yeah.
Christmas Day was on my toes.
Yeah.
The day
Wow.
before, I went down to the Paseo and there were people on the beach.
Yeah.
And as I said, like to Joe, I was talking to Joe, I said that I
Mm.
won't be on the beach because I live there. I'm not a tourist.
Yeah.
But for tourists, it was hot
Yeah.
enough to be
Wow.
playing on the beach.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes. Do you have any tourist businesses or property around there, like tourist properties where people can come stay for holidays or chalets or whatever, or
yes, because
from a business point of view?
well, what it is actually, my wife does property management out there.
Mm. Ah, okay.
So what happened in the UK, we were 50-50 in the same business.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we moved to Spain, we actually split the businesses up.
Yeah.
So I focused only on property sales and mortgages,
Mm-hmm.
and she focused on managing properties
Yeah.
for rental, short and long term rental.
Mm-hmm.
Because funnily enough, her background is in the construction industry,
Yeah. Okay.
and we had no idea she was good at managing property till we started buying properties.
Yeah.
And then I remember we bought two HMOs in Nottingham,
Yeah.
and we got to know the other owners, and they were all going, "How's it going for you? I've got 2 rooms full. I've got 3." And she was like, "When I've got a full house, I've got 12 let."
Yeah.
And they were like, "How are you
How?
doing that?" And we realised that she actually really had a talent for
Yeah.
this.
Wow.
Bearing in mind that they lived in Nottingham, we lived in London,
Yeah.
and she would travel up and get this
Yeah.
done. So
Kidding.
when we came to Spain, she thought, she moved into that, and she's done very well with that.
That's really good.
And because her background's in the construction industry, she also does project management for the renovations of people's properties. So it's a good collaboration. I could sell a property to someone that needs renovation,
Yeah.
and I can happily, highly recommend my wife,
Yeah.
who won't get a drill
Yeah.
and a second sort of do it, but she'll
you
manage the
can project
teams,
manage, yeah.
and she
Get
gets it done very well.
Wow, that's a really good collaboration as well.
So
Yeah, that's really good. So yeah, it's been brilliant. It's really been good to capture your
Absolutely.
story. I'm sure this is not the end of this. There will be a follow up, I'm sure, to follow the journey.
I promise to
and
call
where
you
we
on my
go.
best day.
Yeah.
And getting the equipment.
Absolutely.
No, but
Yeah.
look, thank you so much, and I hope I wasn't too negative or
No,
raw.
no, 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 absolutely. I mean, this podcast is to capture those stories, to share knowledge. I'm sure there will be a lot of people who will resonate with those kind of challenges. Because sometimes where people get this overwhelm is, constantly we are being chucked with success stories, a beautiful pictures of this and this and that. And for people who are struggling, we think, oh, so there's something wrong with me or something. But some of these people, they are chucking out these success stories, but behind that, there's stories of, the perseverance, the challenges, falling and picking themselves up. So it is important for people to understand and hear the full story of what can go wrong, what can happen, but most importantly, the perseverance and the fight to keep going because the vision is that clear.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful. That's why I was so grateful you invited me, because
Yeah.
I wanted to tell the truth, and I
Yeah.
knew that you'd allow me to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it's so important, and for the reasons you just said.
Yeah.
Because I want people to be entrepreneurs and be
Yeah.
successful.
Be successful,
But
yeah.
rather than saying don't do it because I'm
Mhm.
scared of the pain and
Yeah.
what could go wrong,
Yeah.
I just want to say, look, it can go wrong, it can be painful, but trust me,
Mm-hmm.
you can come through the other end.
Yeah,
So let's not pretend there's no pain. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to sell you that course.
absolutely.
Do this, it'll go perfectly, there'll be no pain. No,
Yeah.
it can go wrong, but
Yeah. Yeah.
you can be good. And I'm feeling successful.
Yeah.
Just to have survived,
Absolutely.
knowing a lot of people left the property game when the last recession came, never to return.
Yeah.
Just to still be in the game now, relaunching myself now, getting deeply into, pushing the whole, my portfolio, my business forward.
Yeah.
Even without the financial success that I know I'm going to, I actually feel I'm just ringing the bell and celebrating just that success. So
Absolutely.
that's what I wanted to
Okay.
communicate.
Yeah, perfect. So, for people listening on the podcast, if they contact me and they want a holiday in Spain, I know where to go.
Send them over.
So you will be
Absolutely.
inundated with people now, but that could be a great opportunity, a business in uh, tourism and getting
Absolutely.
people to Spain. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I know the Mediterranean because I lived in Cyprus for 4 years. So it's nice and warm
Wow.
there. So I know the Mediterranean lifestyle.
Where
It's
in Cyprus
awesome.
were you?
I was in Limassol.
Okay, see, that's so interesting. When I moved to Spain,
Uh-huh.
I had a business partner who was in Cyprus.
Oh, really?
And we were going to go to Cyprus, but we
Yeah.
settled on Spain.
And Spain. Oh,
So it's so
wow.
interesting because I've still got land.
Yeah.
Going back to that time when we were doing okay,
Yeah.
still got some land just outside Catapathos.
Oh, really?
So
Wow.
it's a small
It's
world.
small world. Wow, imagine that. Imagine that.
So that was another one of those stories that we were
Yeah.
just about to start building,
Yeah.
and then I got a letter from the Cyprus Central Bank saying
Yeah.
no more loans
No more
because the
loans.
recession's hit.
Whoa.
So now, rather than the development that we had planned, which had a plan permission for, we just have the land.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for that to come full circle.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
there's a lot in the story, but
Yeah,
it's a
there's
small
a lot.
world, isn't it?
That's what we are talking about, being in the right environment and networking with people. You never know what's there.
Absolutely.
What's there. So it was a really great opportunity to
No,
speak
thank
to
you,
you,
man.
Felix. And as we said, this is just the start, and we'll be back here and we'll be talking a different story. But your message is really quite strong, and a lot of listeners will resonate with that.
Thank you, man.
Perfect. Thank you very much
Absolute
for coming
pleasure,
on
man.
the podcast. Really good to see you.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Thank